TNT, I live next to
Sheriff's Office Dispatch on a recorded line. This is Gabby. How can I help you?
Hey, Gabby, it's Karen. On the phone, he's saying the neighbor came over, female neighbor. It was a domestic. She shot her husband.
Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share. Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and this is the case of Ashley Benefield. In fact, it's Doug Benefield's case because he's the victim in this case who was shot on September 27th of 2020 by his estranged wife, Ashley Benefield. Doug was 58 years old at the time. Ashley was 28 years old at the time. Yeah, there's a huge age gap there, and they got married within 13 days of meeting each other. That's a bit of a red flag, but okay. So on this night, what were they all doing in this Lakewood Ranch, Florida area if these two were estranged? Well, apparently, Ashley and her mother had inherited a house in Maryland from a relative that passed away, and they wanted to move there, Ashley, her mother, and Ashley and Doug's daughter. But Doug really wanted to be in his child's life, so he was going to move there too. And so he got a new job there and was looking forward to that. And guess what? Ashley invited him over, in fact, asking if he could help her pack. So that's the argument. If she was so scared of him, if he was such an abuser, why is she inviting him to meet her there where he's coming from another state? He's driving hours to be there for her and with her, renting a U-Haul to help her pack. It's not like she's like, oh my word, he's following us to Maryland. No, she knew about it. She asked him to help. She also asked him to pick up, some groceries, to take the dog to the groomer. He did all of that and more that day. And then, as the sun was setting, Ashley's mother and Ashley's daughter went to the park. And in that small little window of time, suddenly Ashley says that Doug's demeanor changed. And that he walked past her with a box, because, they're going back and forth trying to pack this U-Haul. And he scraped her side with a box. And so she saw that as a threat to her life, ran to the room, grabbed a loaded firearm, and she had 3 to choose from in the house that day. Okay, there was even one next to the peanut butter in the kitchen. And so she, as soon as he followed her and he was doing a warrior pose in the doorway, she just knew she had to shoot him right then and there. And then pretty much hop over his body and run to the neighbor's house.
What is it about that photograph that shows or reflects the slap or the hit that you got to the side of your head on that day by Doug?
That side of my face is swollen and puffy and discolored around my eye.
And is your eyelid drooping?
Yes.
On the side where you were hit?
Yes.
Is it though? Because it started off with claiming that Doug had scratched her side with a box. Then it escalated to Doug had hit her on the left side of her head, and her ear was sore and her eye was swollen, and the defense showed a picture which looked like her eye was a bit discolored, but now in getting the evidence directly from the police department, let me know what you think.
Argues that people investigated found that his client wasn't the perpetrator of any domestic violence, etc. Because I just read a report by a doctor that just indicated that he had done a full battery of psychological evaluations on Mr. Benefield in this particular case, and he had absolutely no concern of self-harm, domestic violence, or any other type of spurious activity on the behalf of Mr. Benefield. Let me just go ahead and say as follows, that this court will find that as far as credibility is concerned, I would find, and I'm going to say this in the gentlest form I possibly can, that there is absolutely not a single scintilla of credibility that I'm attaching to anything that was testified to, at least in this hearing, of Miss Benefield.
Doug was standing in the doorway. His face was red. Like the veins were bulging in his neck. The way he was looking at me, it didn't even look like Doug. His eyes were black.
Does he yell anything at you?
He said, "You're fucking done."
And what does he do at that point?
I held the gun like in front of me, and I said, "Stop." And he like turned and he got into this like a fighting stance. I got low and he started like moving his arms and his hands around. He was making these like jerking motions.
What were you expecting when you were holding the gun out in front of you and you told him to stop?
I thought when he saw it, he would leave. Kind of like, I don't know, he got like this, and he was like making like fighting motions. I don't know, I'm not a fighter, I don't know.
Okay.
It was scary.
Did he have his hands in fists?
Not at that point, they were like, I don't know.
Was he coming at you like this?
When he lunged at me, he came very quickly.
Okay, so she ran to the neighbor's house, gun in hand, knocked on the door, and he called 911. She did not make the 911 call. You can hear in the background. I played a small clip at the beginning of this video of that 911 call. If you go and check out all the trial days, you can listen to the entire 911 call. I do have it as part of my FOIA request, but I mean, we'll be here all day if we're going to listen to all the files that are received in that request. So really, I just wanted to show you some of the police interviews and some of the audio clips today. So then the police came to the scene. They checked it all out. Doug was taken to the hospital where he died a few hours later. He was shot twice, and even the trajectory of these rounds that were fired at him is very interesting, especially if you watch Ashley's testimony on the stand. I mean, even she's demonstrating it as if Doug was on the ground and not as she was verbally explaining. But Ashley was then taken to the police station. She'd already immediately lawyered up, which I'm not throwing shade at. That's a good thing to do. And so there's not too much talking that goes on. Was she arrested that night? No. The police wanted to thoroughly investigate the scene and all the evidence, and guess what they found? They found that they do not believe that this was self-defense. And so on November 4th of 2020, Ashley Benefield was arrested and charged with second-degree murder with a firearm. She bonded out. There was a $100,000 bond, and she had been staying with her mother, which I wonder where. Was it still in that house? That I'm not clear on. Did they ever move to I don't think they moved to Maryland. She wasn't able to leave at that time. So did they just like unpack their stuff again or what? Because those are the type of details we never get to hear. Anyhow, so she went to live with her mother, waiting for her trial to start. So she wasn't in jail that entire time. Then she opted to, through her defense, have a stand your ground hearing where her defense would present evidence that this was all in self-defense according to the stand your ground law in Florida. Well, that went nowhere. The judge said there was no evidence to support that. Sorry, lady, this is going to trial. And then in July of 2024, Ashley Benefield's trial started. So the trial lasted 6 days. Ashley Benefield did take the stand. I would highly recommend that you go and check that out and make up your own mind. But also check out the other testimonies so that you actually see the evidence. Don't just base it on that. But whatever you decide is okay. Because it's 50-50, as we saw during the live chats during this trial, of where people stand in this case. And so some believe that she was wrongfully convicted and that this was absolutely in self-defense, and others believe that she got exactly what she deserved. So let me know where you're at in the comments below, because it's it's a continuing debate that I see on social media. So after deliberating for 6 hours, in fact, the jury came back just before then and said that they were deadlocked. So this could have been a mistrial, but the defense said you get back in there, okay, and you continue deliberating. And then they came back shortly after and said guilty on a lesser charge of second-degree murder, but with a firearm. Now, the with a firearm carries extra weight, especially for the sentencing. On December 3rd of 2024, Ashley Benefield was sentenced to 20 years in prison plus 10 years of probation.
I'm going to sentence you to 20 years in Florida State Prison. That's to be followed by 10 years of probation. All right, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Some people say it's not enough. Some people say it's too much. Again, let me know what you think. But as we know, there's a lot more details that you could find in this case and that we have discussed before, so go check that out. But right now, what I really want to show you is when Ashley first arrived at the police station. I believe it's her family attorney with her. And so you'll see 2 clips of that, and let me know what you think about it.
Just don't, less bodies in your city.
Leyland, he needs to stay. Okay, so you know what they're going to come in and do, okay? They're going to take their clothes, they're going to take pictures, they're going to take stops. It's like being on the video.
Oh, they might be looking for this. Are y'all looking for this?
We're already recording.
Red light's on.
Oh, I gotcha.
No, so if you need to do pictures. So she's going to let me stay.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to stay. I understand. So you want to record it now?
You have to do all that, and then I got some thoughts about later.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we will.
Okay, Ashley, I'm Detective Flonzinski. I'm with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Homicide Unit. I know that we haven't talked yet, and we're not going to be taking a statement from you. That's fine. I have a search warrant, okay? And your attorney's here. I'm going to give it a copy to both of you so you guys can read it, but I'm going to actually read it to you first. Do you understand? Okay. I need a yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You have to answer verbally so that
Yeah,
okay,
we are recording.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's fine. You're under a lot of stress, and I totally understand that. This is one of the most trying times probably in your life. So if you have questions, ask. If you want to talk to your attorney privately, just tell me. I'll be more than happy to leave the room. I'll turn the recording off. You can say whatever you want to say. But no one can stop this process, just so you know, because it is a search warrant. All right? You can't refuse it. If you do refuse it, there's actually a charge for that. It's called obstruction to a search warrant. But everything is going to be laid out. There's going to be no reason for you to refuse anything. If you have any questions, please just ask, okay? Because I'm more than happy to share and to talk about anything that I can. All right? Circuit Court of the 12th Circuit, 12th Judicial Circuit in for Manatee County, Florida. Search warrant. In the name of the state of Florida, to all singular, the sheriffs of the state of Florida and their deputies, commissioners of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and his designees, municipal police officers acting within their jurisdiction, and state attorney investigators. Whereas I have received an affidavit and application for a search warrant on this date by the affiant, Detective Garrett Michael Ponzinski of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, and whereas I have examined the facts set forth in support of said application for a search warrant, and whereas the facts have caused me to certify and find that there is probable cause to believe that the laws of the state of Florida relative to Florida State Statute 78204 sub 2, murder, have been violated, and the instrumentalities of said crime or evidence relevant to proving said felony may be found within the human body described in the application, and said application is incorporated herein by reference. Therefore, these presents are to command you with the proper and necessary assistance in daytime or nighttime, on Sundays or on holidays, as the exigencies of the occasion may require, and use any force necessary to diligently search a human being identified as the suspect, and by the following name: Ashley Christina Benefield. Benefield, I'm sorry, I apologize. Benefield. Race white, date of birth 12/5/91. Sex female, height 5'9", hair black. If it's brown, I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance more than a glimpse to see you. Eyes brown. Social Security. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Address currently located at the Manatee County Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigation Division Office. On the basis of the foregoing facts, affiant believes the following evidence may be obtained from Ashley Benefield and would be necessary in this investigation. 1, buccal swabs containing human DNA. Now that's going to be swabs taken from your mouth, okay? 2, any and all clothing currently being worn by Ashley Benefield to include socks, shoes, shorts, shirt, and bra. 3, any and all jewelry currently being worn by Ashley Benefield. 4, swabs from Ashley Benefield's extremities to include her hands, arms, wrists, and neck to be tested for trace or transferred DNA that may indicate a struggle took place prior to the victim's death. 5, full body photos of Ashley Benefield. If any of same be found, you are hereby authorized to seize and secure same and make a return of your doing under this warrant within 10 days of the date thereof. You are likewise to give a proper receipt for said items and to deliver a copy of this warrant to the person from whom the items are taken or the person in charge of the human body wherein the items were found. You are further directed to take said items into evidence and bring before me any other court any other court having jurisdiction. And I'm sorry, I can't read it because there's actually print over it that the judge made. It's there. Witness on my hand, the official seal of this date, 9/27/2020 in Manatee County, Judge Gilbert Smith. Okay? It's for you. We're going to start with photographs. Okay? Do you have any questions so far?
I do not. She is not obviously going to object in any manner because it is a search warrant that is enforceable, but you're not waiving any legal argument that may present itself in the future to anything in the warrant.
Ashley, can you please stand up? Now let me ask you this, ma'am. Does she have any injuries that you're aware of right now that we should photograph in detail?
In observing her, not based on any privileged information or statement, I noticed that there are injuries on her wrists, there's an injury on her stomach, and there are injuries on her legs. The injuries on her wrists and stomach are scratches. She does appear to have some redness and raised here, and then the bruising that's on her legs.
Ashley, are you able to show me, without showing me, obviously, your chest or your pelvic region, anything on your stomach that we would want to photograph in detail?
And now I'm seeing she has stuff over here as well.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to back out and let you...
Yep.
Allergic to latex. These aren't latex, these are nitrile. And I can show you that. Powder-free nitrile, okay. I'm gonna close the door to give us some privacy, if that's all right?
Yeah.
Ashley, is it okay if I stay in here with you? Okay. Waiting?
For the record, we're going to pause the recording at 12:09 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, it takes a second. Time now is 12:32, and we are recording again. Okay. Ashley, can you please stand up for me? I just want to take a look at your injuries. Can you turn around for me? Thank you. hold your arms up for me? Did you see anything on her legs that were specifically...
Back of the left knee, just below the kneecap, if you shine a flashlight on it, there is some bruising, and then a bit on her upper right thigh. Side of her upper right thigh.
Up here?
Mm-hmm.
You can put your arms on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you hold them up there like that long.
If you need to sit down or anything, you just let us know, okay?
Yeah, if you need to sit down, just say something.
I did notice some redness there. I think we got a picture of it, but I'm just bringing it to your attention.
Thank you. You said it was in her hair?
In her ear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some redness in her
Left
ear.
ear.
In her left ear, yes.
Ashley, can you turn towards me, please?
And Detective, I mentioned that I noticed the scratches on the wrist, but I had not seen, because I didn't have her lift her arms, that there were the scratches that are under her left arm as well, on her left arm. I think we photographed those. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just documented them too. Okay. What do you want to do next?
I'm gonna swab your hands, just like I did for your arms, and then we're gonna start taking your clothes and do more pictures, okay? Okay. You can go ahead and sit down if you want to. Okay, can I have your left hand, please? Thank you.
We just put it there. It's right there. Yep. Oh no, I'll make sure that you definitely look at it. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey. Nope.
No. No. All right, we're gonna stop recording.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm just worried for her. She hasn't eaten anything all day or anything like that.
Do you want me to get you something?
No, I don't think she can eat. She hasn't been able to eat, so. But no, I'm
How
fine.
can I make her more comfortable?
No, she's fine.
Okay. I mean, the last thing I want her to do is feel like, you know, she's going to pass out, or if I can make her more comfortable. Ashley, I understand that, you know, you're not supposed to be talking to me, but you can tell your attorney I'm hungry or thirsty or something, and I will get you whatever you wanted. Aspirin. I rushed and got you aspirin. All you got to do is say you need or want something. I understand this is a very trying time for you. I know that I'm supposed to be the bad guy in this situation to you. I'm not trying to be the bad guy, and I don't want to be the bad guy. If I can help you, please tell me how I can help you, okay? This is teamwork as far as I'm concerned. I want to get the truth, and you want me to know the truth. So if I can make you more comfortable so we can get through this together, please just say so. I don't want to be the guy that you remember was a jerk at the sheriff's office this night when you were going through the hardest night of your life, all right? I try and be the good guy, and I hope you're seeing that a little bit. All right, we're going to turn the recording off. You're going to take all the clothing except for the underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to give you a Tyvek suit, which is that suit. In the meantime, it's my understanding you have clothing coming. Okay, so it's only going to be a short time that you're in that thing. I've actually seen people walk home and say it was the best thing they've ever worn. They were homeless, but there's that. Bad joke, I guess. All right. We won't go there with that joke. You can get started, and are you going to stay in the room with them? That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Just make sure that we do take socks, sneakers, and jewelry if she's got any on her. I don't know. I mean, you'll know. All right. For the record, time now is 12:42, and I'm going.
So remember the 911 call? That was made by the neighbor that Ashley Benefield ran over to. His name is John Sands. He also testified at the trial, so go check out his testimony if you missed it. And that's also where you can hear the whole 911 call. And so what I want to do is play his audio interview now that the police conducted with him after this incident, because they wanted more information, because obviously he was the first person that Ashley Benefield saw right after she shot her husband. And so what he observed and all of that is very interesting. I think he's a very important person to listen to as well. There are also other interviews that maybe we could get to as well. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. And here we go with John Sands' interview.
How you doing? I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry, there's a lot going on right now. My name's Detective Den. I'm with the Violent Crimes Task Force. And you are, sir?
John Sant.
John Sant. How you spell that?
S-A-N-T.
S-A-N-T?
Mm-hmm, very
What's your
simple.
middle name, sir?
Middle name William.
William?
And then there's a junior on that, too.
Is it John or Jonathan?
Just John.
Your date of birth, sir?
February 28th, 1944.
And you live here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you know who she is?
Oh, yeah.
Who is she?
That's Ashley. I know her as Ashley Byers, but I don't know if she still has her married name of Benefield. I just don't
Ashley
know.
Byers or Benefield?
Byers or Benefield. That was her husband's last name.
Who is she to you?
Who is she to me?
Yeah.
A good friend.
A good friend?
And her mother, her, and her little girl, which is 2.5, live next door. And they're good friends.
Okay, where do they live?
Who?
Where does she live?
They're here.
She lives right here.
Oh, the three women live here. I have no idea where Doug lives.
Who's Doug?
guy sitting in the
The guy that got shot?
The guy in the ambulance is in deep
Do you
shit.
do you know Doug's last name?
Benefield.
Benefield. So that's her ex-husband.
I don't think they're divorced yet.
You don't? Okay,
No,
so husband then.
So I can't say.
Okay. How long y'all been neighbors for? How long have they been? How
10
long?
years.
10 years.
Sorry to interrupt. Detective, can I move your car?
Huh?
Yours is the gray car, right? It's in
The-
I need to move it. I need to.
Thanks, bro. Yep. Why is there a U-Haul truck outside? Are they moving or something?
Yeah, well, they're moving to Maryland, and
Who's moving to Maryland? Is
well,
it?
the 3 women and supposedly him. That's what I understand.
Does he live here too?
No, he doesn't live here.
Doug does not live here.
I believe they told me he lives down. If you go down here to the new plaza on the green, I believe that's where they said he lived.
Okay.
He used to live right over here, but no, I think
Was there some kind of altercation between them in the past? Is that why they're breaking up? Or
he has been very, according to them. You have to understand everything I'm telling you is
Is
what they.
to Ashley or the other 2 women that live there?
Mostly Alicia, the mother. She talks.
Where's she at right now?
She and the granddaughter, according to Ashley, are at the park.
So they're still at the park?
I'm assuming it is. That's why I was telling her I was watching out back to make sure she didn't walk in on this.
So her name's Alicia?
Alicia.
And what's the granddaughter's name?
Emerson.
Emerson?
Emerson.
So is that her daughter?
That's her daughter.
So her and Doug's daughter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what happened today?
Well, today, I saw her earlier. She brought something over she wanted me to keep, which was a bench of her mother's, because it was antique and someone would pick it up later. And some flower pots for whatever reason. I said, sure, put them on the back of the nine. I took the bench inside. I'm sitting there watching the game, and I hear this pounding on my door. Now, when they usually come over, they ring the bell, but I just hear this pounding. So I'm thinking it's my grandkids. Hi. I'm thinking it's my grandkids. They must have come over and they're pounding. I look out the window and I don't see anyone, and I don't hear anything. So I'm thinking, then I hear this pounding again. I think, fuck this, I want to see your help. Unlock it. And here's poor Ashley. She jumps up and she's shaking, and I've never seen her look so hysterical.
Was she sitting on the ground or?
Well, she was sitting on the. I happened to notice her foot. That's why I said someone's sitting right there. I just still didn't know who it was, so I opened the door, and Ashley jumped up and she looks at me and says, "John," she says, "John, he attacked me and I shot him." Who? I said, of course I guessed. She says, "Doug, he attacked me and I shot him." And she's absolutely.
What's their relationship? Are they
married?
The husband and wife?
Not very well, obviously.
Okay.
They don't live together.
You said you saw her earlier today, right?
I saw her earlier. She came over with asked me to help her bring a wooden bench over. Antique.
Was Doug here at the time?
No, I haven't seen. I have not talked to him in a couple of years.
Does Doug have a vehicle?
He has a white truck.
A white truck?
Is the gun inside your house?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a form. I want to ask if it's okay if you're willing to sign it. It's called a multi-waiver. What the multi-waiver for? It's a waiver for a search warrant. So there's one of 2 ways that we could collect it from your house. We could collect the waiver from you, which is you allowing us to enter the home, collect just the firearm. I got to explain what the other.
Okay.
And then there's a search warrant. It takes a longer time. I'm not sitting here saying that you want us to deal with all that. Would you be okay with signing a multi-waiver for us?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you have your driver's license or ID card on you?
I have to go and get it.
I'll just write your information down.
Miami.
I spent most of my life in the Keys. I moved up here about 10 years ago to be closer to the grandkids. Okay. I'm one of these guys that worked all my life down there and retired and left.
I definitely understand that. Did she say what exactly happened? I know she said that he attacked her and then...
What I could get out of her I thought he was here. He was here. He said he would help me move or get things in the truck. He attacks me in the bedroom, and I shot him, and that's really...
Okay, that's the only thing you got out.
I couldn't even get her phone number out when they asked me for it.
How was her mood, like, during the whole incident? Was she shocked? Was she in shock?
Oh,
was she
absolutely.
scared?
Shaking.
Did you hear any gunshots?
No.
And as far as you believe
Deputy,
that two...
You could have a gunfight out here, and I wouldn't hear a shot. You hear me going like this all the time, too? That's
Now, you said the 2 other individuals that live in the house are at the park, correct?
Say that again?
The 2 individuals that live in the house, Alicia and Emerson?
According to Ashley, her mother Alicia and her daughter Emerson All she said was, "Are at the park," because that's the first ask was, "Where's your mother and Emerson?" I thought they were in the house.
How old is Emerson?
2.5.
2.5. And that's her daughter, correct?
Yeah. It's their daughter.
Yeah, I understand. Have you seen Doug here previously before?
Oh, yeah.
When did they break up and when did he move out?
He never lived here.
He never lived here. So when they moved in, it was just Alicia, Emerson,
It was
and...
just Alicia and... Well, when they moved in, it was just Alicia and Ashley. That's a long time ago. There was no Doug then.
Okay. Oh, so this is they weren't even married at the time.
Oh no, not when they moved in. It was just.
So is that mom's house then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, got it. Got it.
That's the mom's house.
So they weren't married. They got married. They moved out. They moved away.
They
and I'm guessing
got married in South Carolina. That's where they lived in Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
And she got pregnant, and I thought, well, of course, I didn't know. The next thing I know, she's back, and that's where she's been ever since. Had Emerson here, all sorts of things. The problem is, Deputy, all the stories I've heard, I could sit here and talk for half a day, and I don't know if any one of them are true.
Yeah.
They're just
people what are saying to
a
you.
mother talking about her daughter and the husband, and you know there's nothing but bias.
Was there ever like violence spoken about between them two?
According to Ashley, she left him because he was violent, threatening. Whether he ever hit her, I've never seen any indication that he ever has on her, the mother, or on Emerson. He just said that he threatens her, and they keep saying that he had what do you call it? I should know this, being ex-military.
Restraining order, maybe?
Top secret clearance.
Top secret
And I
clearance.
says, that doesn't get you shit in this country. I says, look at some of the top level people that haven't been thrown in jail because I says, that doesn't mean anything.
Exactly.
He doesn't get away with shit because of that.
Exactly.
He gets away with shit because you're letting him.
Yep.
Period.
I agree.
That's all it is.
So,
there isn't a license in the world that gives you a license to do that.
do you know who owns a gun in that house?
She owns the gun.
Who is she?
Ashley
owns it. Okay.
Ashley owns that gun.
Ashley owns that gun.
Yeah. And as far as I know, Alicia has one.
Alicia has one too.
We've all shot together at the firing range. It's been a while.
Oh, so you all have been friends for a while.
About 10 years.
About 10 years. Now, when
he came around, I know exactly when he came around. When they worked together on the Kennedy-Trump's election. That's how they met.
Oh, that's where she works?
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
4 years. I just nailed it down.
So how long do you think they've been married for? So
Two.
2?
2.5, maybe.
Okay.
I'm guessing.
Now, coming back
Well,
to...
it has to be because Emerson's 2.5.
Yeah.
So let's say 3.5 years.
So, coming back to the beginning where she knocked on your door and she said that he attacked her and she shot him, was the gun in her hand or where was the gun?
Gun was on the ground.
Here?
Right there.
Okay.
That's the first thing I looked at. She had, she had a gun in her hand, but her hands were up like this.
Did you
see she was just absolutely shaking and...
Did you clear the firearm? Did you clear the firearm or was it not loaded?
I did not. It was laying down. I noticed that the round, you'll notice the round's caught. It didn't come, the last one.
So the round's still in the gun? The casing?
The casing. It looks like it's caught. You know how it looks. Which says to me that she wasn't probably shot it hysterically for that to get caught. Because she knows how to shoot.
Yeah.
I picked it up.
Did the casing come out?
No, and just laid it inside.
Okay, so the casing's still there with the gun.
As far as I know, the casing is still sitting right like that, cockeyed.
Perfect. So all you did was pick it up from here and move it into the house next to the door.
My fingers. Because I knew you guys going to know that. You find my fingerprint.
So this is the best thing. So I can actually get DNA from you today, so to eliminate you from the whole thing. That's perfect. Anything else that you can remember from this whole incident?
I got a hold of you. I got her under control.
Oh, so you're the one who contacted 911?
I contacted 911.
Okay.
I just remember saying to her, because I could just see she was, I didn't want her to go into shock, which I might have failed. She probably was getting close to being there. And you could just see the look in her eyes. She says, I know, honey, it isn't what people think it is.
Yeah.
That's what I love to listen to all these, I hate listening to all these people talk, and they never have, trust me. They talk about they do this, and I said, you never shot a person.
Exactly.
You run your fucking mouth. And they never did. But I said, it just isn't what you think it is it? It just, it's not how you picture it. and she just still couldn't respond.
Okay, so she's in shock for sure.
I just sat her down, held on to her, made sure she stayed with me, talking to the dispatcher.
Did you ever see any kind of blood on her or anything?
No, I saw no. Well, I wasn't looking either.
Did you go over there to check on him or anything?
I asked the dispatcher, "Do you want me to go over there and look?" And she said, "Absolutely not."
Okay, so no one else has been in that house from your recollection?
Not as far as I know. I said, "Did you come out through the garage?"
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Yes," which shows me how hysterical, because they never would come out through there and then just leave it with the cats in there.
Exactly.
Where the cats get out. I don't think she's thinking about her cats right now.
So all three of them are moving to Maryland?
That's what they told me.
Okay. So is that house for sale? I don't think I saw a for sale sign.
Is the house what?
Is the house for sale? It's already sold?
I think it's already sold.
Oh, wow.
Again, that's what they said.
Okay.
The thing is, Deputy, when they would tell me things, they would always say, "No, don't ever say anything to Doug." I said, "I don't even talk to Doug."
Does Doug own a gun?
Doug owns a gun.
Doug owns a gun.
Doug owns a gun.
But you also said Doug has a car. What kind of car did he have?
Doug has a white pickup truck. I think it's
older, newer?
No.
Is it parked here?
No, it was earlier, and I think what happened was they went out and they picked up this U-Haul.
Oh, and they left the car at the U-Haul place.
Must have.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it.
What a fucking mess. I just hope that she gets over this, because
do you know if she has another boyfriend or not, or
no?
Not that you
listen
know.
to me. How the hell do I know? I'm 76 years old. Those days
you all seem pretty close, though. You know what I mean? So I might.
Well, again, I care very much about them,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't push. I don't ask questions. It's none of my fucking business. What they tell me, I listen.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have to ask this question. I hope you don't take it personally or anything. Did you ever date the mom or anything?
No.
No. Okay. So it's just always been a neighbor, friendly.
Her mom and I used to work out together down at the Y.
Mm-hmm.
Some years back, and that's pretty much it. But as far as going out anywhere, no, we don't
Okay.
have to do that.
Do you have mom's phone number by any chance? Is it in the house? Oh, you have it on you. Perfect. Do you know her last name by any chance? Alicia's?
Mm-hmm.
Alicia's last name?
Byers.
Okay. Alicia Byers.
We get the contacts.
B-Y-E-R-S?
B-Y-E-R-S, yes.
Perfect.
Contacts. I want my glasses now here in the desert. All the young guys can see forever. I can't see them.
So you know how we talked about this detective right here with me, Detective Ackerman, about allowing us to go into your house to retrieve the gun? That's how you spell it?
You go right in and take anything y'all want.
I gotta read this to you though, okay?
Okay.
Whenever he's done.
Does it say Alicia?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, is it right there?
941-962-9277. Mm-hmm. But from your understanding, the child wasn't home when this whole thing happened.
From my understanding, when I got it out of her, the mother and the child are at the park. Okay. I'm assuming the park down here, because that's.
Right. I'm gonna read this form to you really quick, okay, and then we're gonna have you sign it with Deputy Ram at the bottom, okay?
Okay.
All right. So what you're gonna sign is consent to search waiver of a search warrant. All right.
Yep.
Your name's at the top, right? That's your name, right? Or a law enforcement official. This consent extends to the main building and to any enclosures found on the property. I further agree that anything or any article that may be found in search of premises may be used at trial in any matter of which I stand accused. You do not stand accused of anything. I will make sure that that's reiterated to you, okay? I fully understand my constitutional rights in regard to the search of it, to the search, and it is my intention to fully and completely waive such rights by this consent. I give the consent freely and voluntarily without compulsion or threat of any kind. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so at the bottom, I need your signature on the top line, and I need your printed name at the bottom line. He's going to sign that with you, okay? I got my light. I'll let you hold on to it. So sign the top and print the bottom, please.
Sign right there.
Yes, sir.
Print.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so there should be a casing with the gun from what you said. The casing stuck in the gun.
Okay.
I'm going to sign this for you as well, okay?
Okay. It's signed at 1939 hours.
Thanks, sir.
Awesome. All right. Where in the house is it?
Right to the left is the gun that she had. The
And his firearms on that
table.
table.
I picked up and brought in and set it right there when she.
Okay.
It's
All
right just to the left.
Okay.
It's a .45.
Does Alicia have a car?
Alicia's Jeep is that red one.
Which
right
one?
there You see parked.
You want to show me real quick? Oh, this one right here? So is she back? Or did they walk to the park?
It's been, I don't know. It's been sitting there. I think she just moved it there.
Okay. I'll try to get a hold of her.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for talking with me.
I just want to help them.
I understand.
I just want to help. There's nothing I can do better than anything I can do.
Thank you very much, sir.
I just hope this solves the problem with those two. You know,
I
not
definitely
right treating
understand
women.
Hey, John. Just so we know, did she set the gun down? Did you ever touch this gun or anything?
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay.
I did.
Did she hand it to you?
No.
Like, did she ever come into the house or anything?
No. When I came out the door, she was sitting there, just jumped up, standing there hysterical.
Okay.
I mean, you could see she. So I'm looking at her. She told me. Then I looked down and saw her weapon laying there. So I got her in the house.
Okay.
And reached down. I started something. I said, I can't leave this thing sitting there.
Absolutely not. That's
so
right.
I grabbed it, not by the trigger, but the trigger housing, picked it up and put it down. I said, I got to make sure these guys know I touched it.
Absolutely. I appreciate it. And the more specific, the better. Thank you, John. Okay.
Shut the door and asked. And then the next thing I asked, I can't remember if it was out here or in there, where's your mother and where's Anderson, which is her daughter? She says she got it out at the park.
Gotcha.
So I knew they weren't in the house.
Okay.
Once I got her under control, which didn't take all that long, that's when I got on 911. Then I think I told you I went in thinking, I don't know if he's dead. I know he has a gun. I know they have problems. I locked the door, went in on my nightstand and grabbed my weapon, which was the 40 caliber Glock.
That's in the holster over
right
there.
over there by my.
Yep, we're not worried about that
okay,
one at all.
that's why it's there.
Absolutely.
And then finished with a 911.
Okay.
And that, and she, like I said, the poor thing was. I'm glad she obeyed when I said, "You got to go out now." We all had that you're gonna be cuffed and you're gonna be taken into custody. You're just not gonna be able to walk around.
Yeah.
And so she knew the procedure, but I got her out to the point where I could see you and saw these guys aren't trying to hurt or slam under the gun, or isn't Doug pulling some trick.
Gotcha.
And
Absolutely.
once I saw you guys, everything, I could see how you were.
And like I told you, I mean, we're not here to hurt her or anything like that.
I just didn't want her hurt, and you got her.
As soon as I came in contact with her, she was nicely cuffed and put in the back of the car.
You know, it's just like you say, you want to get through this without anyone getting hurt. You know, Doug got hurt. Hey, he could be attacking. That's his problem. Sure don't want anyone else to get hurt over this.
Yep. No, absolutely, I agree.
Thank you very much for talking with me, sir.
You were welcome. Now, do you need me to go back in, or?
No, I think you're good.
Okay.
If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If before this video you knew absolutely nothing about this case, I hope you will check out the link in the description box. That's where you'll find much more information. I hope this was informative though. Hopefully up to speed on what this case was about and what happened and all of that. So I'll keep you posted. If there's anything else that I find as I dig through these FOIA files that I think could be of interest to you, of course I will post that as well. You could also come and check out my Patreon because sometimes I post things over there. Actually, a few weeks ago already, I had gotten these files and I had posted a lot of photos on there, ones that I haven't shown in this video today because some of them are just of the room where Doug was shot. So while they are not graphic, it does show more of that room, especially because we wanted to figure out what the room looks like. Because at the trial, they actually didn't show us that. I really wish they would. Very important for attorneys to remember that they need to present a good timeline and visuals, especially to the jury, so that they can really see the evidence. In my opinion, I think in this case, the jury got it right. I know a lot of people disagree with that, so let me know in the comments below what you thought. And I will see you in the next one. If you're watching this when I'm uploading this, oh my goodness, it's almost Christmas. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to many more days ahead with you. I'm not planning on taking a break or something, so you will find me here at Grizzly True Crime. If you come and check in on me, there will be something for you on most days. So thank you so much and see you in the next one.